Christmas isn't Christmas without the Nutcracker.
Every year I would get very excited to perform it again.
It's kind of nice for people to just have this 1 hour, 2 hours to just be really like enchanted and like swept up in the magic of it.
Yeah, even as a grown-up, like you go back in time and you're like, oh, this is what Christmas feels like.
I mean, I've been doing it every year since I was 12, so it just doesn't really feel like December without it.
I started ballet lessons when I was 6 years old, and I have been in the Nutcracker every December since then.
I'm from Japan, but my family never came here. So they get to see me dance finally after like so many years. This is very exciting for me.
When they see Sugar Plum and the beautiful costumes and the sets and the snow falling, and everyone just like loves it.
I think this is his best music in some ways. Tchaikovsky's, his genius is in portraying the child in us.
It's great music, and it's also got something to look at while you're listening to this great music. That's the wonder of ballet.
Nutcracker holds a special place in many people's hearts because it's tradition. It's part of their holiday.
That's my favorite part about the Nutcracker. It's a tradition, and COVID will not stop that tradition.
You know, it takes more than the dancers to bring this production to life. It takes a huge effort from the entire organization.
Let's take a look behind the scenes to see how things are a little bit different this year.
The first time I got my eye on a dance career was because I wanted to be a Britney Spears dancer. After that, I got involved with all of it, and I love it.
When I was younger, I always loved watching dancers that touch your heart. So I always wanted to do that.
I had a lot of energy, and so that's the classic story of how do we get the kid to put their energy into something productive.
The first time I watched from Nutcracker was very leaps and jumps and turns and things. I was like, oh, that's cool. I never get to do that, but I like to do that.
That's better, yes, good. Can you come around the corner a little bit more? So it has the Nutcracker is one of our largest productions of the year. Yes. We have over 12,000 people who see it annually. Take a little breath into that PK Arabesque for him.
Nutcracker is, for many companies, most companies, is what keeps the company alive.
Yay, good.
So it's the Nutcrackers in the world that really, really help.
We were unsure if we were going to be able to produce the Nutcracker at all. And balancing.
When COVID first came out and we kind of have to shut that season off, it was abrupt.
6, 7, and 8. Right leg again.
You're very unsure of how long it will last. I had no doubt that the season to come would be affected.
Behind you, arm in front of your face. As things kept getting pushed further and further, and we started inching closer to Nutcracker, we started getting a little more nervous about what are we going to do. That I'm not talking a lot, like so.
That time of reflection has given me new thoughts about ballet.
That's good.
I need this thing in my life because I love to do it every day.
As dancers, we're gonna find a way to dance. Whether it's inside the house, whether it's outside the house, film, live, we're gonna find a way to dance.
We really were desperate to produce the Nutcracker in any way we could. And we do have a responsibility to continue the tradition of ballet and to continue this tradition of Nutcracker.
The Nutcracker this year is a whole different game. We're doing the whole filming thing, which is a new experience for all of us.
That looks great.
Sweet.
Yeah. I didn't think it looked that great, and it looks great.
I knew that the ballet was going to pull through and pull something together. You know, we felt like we had to do it.
Let's actually have you turn a little more this way.
Our love of dance goes so deep, so any chance to do it again, we have to be grateful for it.
Take 6.
So I'm really thankful that we get to do something for the Nutcracker this year, especially because it just brings back some sense of normalcy into everything that's going on.
The last arabesque when you come through, go to them.
And I feel lucky to be a small part of it. And, you know, it gives them hope. It gives them something to hold on to.
I'm in awe of what the dancers are capable of doing now. So, I mean, technique is gotten better and better and better. It's almost as shocking what a lot of these dancers can do. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but we're all so excited, like the dancers and the artistic staff.
Double toward the end of this. So together.
I mean, I think it's important to be doing this right now and to be giving this to the world, and certainly healing for us.
Yes.
I know, I feel so grateful to be able to do this.
You got it. I came 2 seasons ago, and Sarah came this last season. So this is our 2nd season together.
But I feel like we're the same level of silly.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
It goes.
We get along.
It's such an insular world, really. It's this group of people who love to do this thing, and we often breathe, eat, sleep ballet.
This is a full-time commitment. We train very hard from a very young age, and doing things like this, we condition our bodies so that when we can perform for the general public, it looks as seamless and easy and as entertaining as possible.
When you go from quarantining to all of the jumping, all of the releves, the wear and tear gets to you much faster. In a little bit of pain, but this helps.
It's worth it. Labor of love, right?
That's my liner.
It's this constant process of pushing and self-improvement.
There's a reason we go to school for 8 years, to train our bodies and our minds to be able to perform at such a high level and at the same time look effortless doing it.
We are folding up the drops.
If we have to adjust the middle, we will.
I tell anyone, it's probably the most difficult ballet you could ever imagine creating.
So we currently have all this confetti. In order to make it snow, you move one line set and snow comes out the hole.
Nutcracker snow magic.
There is a tremendous amount of work that goes into this production.
Happy snow, people.
That all leads up to this one moment of performance, and we're all just hoping for magic.
What I'm looking forward to most about doing the Nutcracker this year is the fact that everyone that watches it is going to have that front row seat.
Creating a film and like a movie experience is a whole another level of, doing the Nutcracker and creating this art for people.
So 12:30 to 2:30.
This is a very fast-moving train.
Because then we can do haze and we can do the lighting look.
Faster than we are used to.
So we're not doing
Tungsten
any
light.
tint shifting like we do in the actual
Zero
show.
tint shifting would happen.
Okay.
Because of restrictions that we've had with our shooting schedule, we're having to reshoot on days that we did not originally intend to shoot on.
And things keep changing. We have different dancers that have been out, so then that had to shift everything. It's like every time you have something arranged, you have to rearrange it.
Like it's Tuesday and I feel like the second day of the shoot schedule and we're already on version 14 of our schedule.
We have been very safe and are working in pods with our dancers, so there are no more than 4 dancers on stage at a time.
I'm grateful that this is an option that I can be on Zoom and still be kind of a part of this rehearsal.
So it's really interesting with the filming. We're having to film it separately, but then make it look like everybody's on stage together.
But the thing that has been the biggest challenge as filmmakers is to safely get all those dancers on stage. And we have been able to achieve this through compositing and what we like to call movie magic.
And so one of the coolest ones here is this flower, the blooming flower.
We're having to be very careful about like spacing, you can't cross the center line because the other pod will be on that side of center and you don't want to, have a hand cut off or anything like that.
And with our production, we have so many fantastic elements, choreography, set design. The music is spectacular. Our dancers are amazing. It really is a great package of what a grand ballet can be.
I think I'm most enthused and passionate about costuming for dance, especially for ballet, because I love the visual effect that it has. I think it's very important that the dancer feel good.
I'm very excited about this costume because if you can see a bunch of sparkles in the back too.
The dancer has to be able to do any range of motion that's asked of them.
Yeah, just to add a little stretch to that.
Modifications.
It has to be function first. And having been a dancer, I understand what it's like to wear the costumes they do. So that helps a great deal. It helps me and it makes them feel a little more comfortable that, I understand their needs.
It's a great story with lots of characters and wonderful music.
The most famous excerpt, of course, is the Chinese dance. And we're all sort of prone to mess that one up occasionally.
it's heartwarming to know that we can, even in the most dire circumstances, keep this family tradition alive.
I think that we're all discovering how important the arts are and how important the nurturing element of art is to our lives. I think is just really, really important during these very times. I'm excited that we're able to do this.
I mean, this is what we need to hold on to. Art is what lifts you up.
Everyone who works here, who believes in the power of art and the beauty of ballet and dance, has no doubt that what we're doing is the right thing to do in continuing to present our craft.
remember growing up on a very small island, St. Croix, and we had to fly in our professional dancers from Puerto Rico, and it was a huge deal. When the Sugar Plum Fairy came, she would give old point shoes to the aspiring dancers. I was one of them, but she would only give one because it's dangerous. You have to build up the strength to wear your point shoes. But what our parents didn't know is my friends and I would get together and we would put our single point shoes together, signed by her, and we would take turns dancing around.
So I'm putting some rosin. I think it's literally just tree rosin that we use because this dance has a lot of running in it, and it's easy to like slip and fall if you're running a lot. So we want to make sure that doesn't happen.
I do special things for my shoes because we go through it so much. Once I wear it for the night, it's like all done. Especially like the Sugar Plum powder is so hard. I'm on point like almost like, basically 15 to 20 minutes. So we keep sewing every day. And
now there's all those fears of your shoes on stage. It's kind of funny. It's something that I'm sure people don't think about, but we sew our shoes ourselves. We sew the elastic and the ribbon on. So, did I do a good enough job? Is something gonna pop off? Is my ribbon gonna come out on stage? I've seen people lose a shoe, lose a ribbon. Every story has happened.
Nutcracker Prince, everyone returns for one last farewell. As alas, all dreams must come to an end. Or was it only a dream?